All right, back to our top story for tonight. Hillary Clinton's deposition. We bring you someone who was in that closed-door session today, Colorado Congresswoman Lauren Boebert. Ma'am, you were there. Tell us a little bit about what you saw and what you expect from Bill tomorrow.
Yes, well, tomorrow should be the really big hearing that we've all been waiting for. It seems that former President Bill Clinton is implicated quite a few times in the Epstein files that President Trump has released to the American public. And Hillary Clinton today was pretty much her normal self in evading questions and not seeming to recall some of the hard-hitting questions. She could not recall the answers to those for us today. Now, other topics that didn't have much relevance, she could recall in great detail, but it was very difficult to get clear answers from the former secretary on some of these more difficult issues. And we did promise to leave a lot of these topics more anonymous for now until the transcripts are released. But also the former secretary walked out and did a full court press interview, releasing all the topics and many details of the day.
Yeah, well, she's claimed that she wanted this open, but then had all these conditions, and then part of the condition was to do a closed. I mean, like, she has been playing this. How did she get away with not being held in contempt and going to jail like Steve Bannon and, Peter Navarro? Because, I mean, this was a year ago that she was subpoenaed.
Yes. So for 7 months, we have been working with the Clintons through the Oversight Committee to get them in for a open public hearing. And they kept refusing and denying. And ultimately, we did threaten to hold them in contempt of Congress. And that was a bipartisan vote. Many Democrats voted present and others voted to hold the Clintons in contempt of Congress. And once they saw that, they did agree to this style of deposition. So here we are in New York deposing both of the Clintons. And this was their Hail Mary to avoid being held in contempt of Congress. But it did not have to come to this. It could have been public immediately. And we will get the videos released from today in full once her attorneys have reviewed it. But also, Hillary Clinton was once saying she would still like to have a public hearing. And today she walked that back, saying that she will not be having a public hearing before the Oversight Committee.
Interesting. But she loves to spin it as if she's the one calling for full transparency here. Tomorrow's going to be interesting. But also one of the things, Congressman James Comer said it's very possible that Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, who obviously we know from these files brought his family to Epstein Island for a lunch with Jeffrey Epstein. Do you expect him to be called? I mean, an active member of the Trump administration right now?
It is very likely. The chairman said today that is a possibility, and we'll see where that goes and what kind of cooperation is handled first. We don't just issue blanket subpoenas on a regular basis.
Sure.
We try to work with folks that we have questions about, just like President Trump is asked about the Epstein files and every single day and provides answers to the press.
Yeah.
I don't see... I don't know exactly what's going to happen there, but I've forced the release of these files, and that was in regards to whoever may be listed. So I want justice for the victims. I want accountability for those who committed crimes, and that is exactly what we are pursuing here today.
100%. Look, I've been saying this stuff should be brought out into the full open for very long, so I appreciate what you're doing. The other thing that I really appreciate, what you and Anna Paulina, Congresswoman from Tim Burchett also, huge investigation into the slush fund of sexual misconduct payoffs. You're also being backed by Nancy Mace in this. This, to me, is so bothersome that we've had all these problems that are paid off by tax dollars, and Congress made this fund exempt from the FOIA.
Yes, this is one of the most disgusting aspects of the swamp. When I first learned that such a slush fund existed and more than $17 million has been paid out to Hill staffers, I wanted those released immediately. And now Congresswoman Mace will be bringing forward a privileged resolution to the House floor to force the names of the members of Congress who have paid out Hill staffers for the allegations of sexual misconduct. This is unacceptable. We are seeing things like Tony Gonzalez and the horrific late night texts that he sent to a former staffer who is no longer with us now. And, I've called for him to resign, to suspend his campaign. And I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat. The American people need to know if this is the behavior that you are conducting.
Yeah, no, exactly. Well, Congresswoman Lauren Boebert, you and your group on this one, I applaud it. I've been trying to get to the bottom of this for years, so thank you.
He loves the Constitution. He fights for what's right. He hates the bad guys. He's a freedom warrior. He's your freedom warrior. Watch Carl Higbie every weekday on Newsmax.